Good day to everyone. I am Jim Diott. I am the Executive Director of the University of California, San Diego, Rady School of Management's Masters of Professional Accountancy program. I would like to welcome you to our annual Master of Professional Accountancy Capstone Conference. This year, we are taking a deep dive into how boards, corporate, as well as policy leaders can work together to create resilient enterprises and communities today. COVID has been a challenge for all of us. After over a year of this challenge, it is clear that some businesses benefited where others have been hurt considerably. We learned in the past year the importance of digital transformation. However you define it, we now know that this is critical in most cases to the ability of a business to survive, especially during pandemic. At UCSD, we had access to these tools that allowed us to get to know each other, to study together, to grow together and support each other from places all over the world. Others were not so fortunate. Today, you will hear from all of our graduate degree candidates of the Rady MPAc class of 2021. It is such a shame that you will not have the opportunity to engage with them directly today. Let me assure you that this is a committed and talented group of professionals with their next stop arriving into our profession tomorrow. Earlier this year, we challenged our students to begin thinking about and developing a topic they wished to address in their capstone. The only thing that we cared about was, one, we wanted the topic to be of interest to boards, and two, just possibly, it might be a topic that would be an interest in the press. Our students easily identified matters that should be on the agenda of boards, whether they're private, enterprise, or public. The second demand, matters that would be covered in the press, was achieved exceptionally well. Every single day, the topics our students are addressing in this webinar today are covered by the global press. I will do my best to highlight an example or two through my introduction of this panel. Lastly, none of this was possible without the support of some outstanding senior leaders from globally recognized firms, including EY, Walmart, RSR Partners, Silvergate Bank, Moss Adams, Oakland Standard, Citibank, and from the faculty of the Rady School of Management. You provided the comfort to our students that they were taking on complex issues that were in fact board relevant. You also, and maybe even more importantly, you inspired our students to continue to work hard and improve their presentations and create memorable experiences for themselves. On a personal note, what these young colleagues are doing in week number 29 of a COVID period of time of study, many students would simply be in that period of just simply winding down their academic experience. This group actually is accelerating and as I said earlier, will be greatly welcomed into our profession. My recommendation to you in our audience is to just sit back, please close out your other applications, put on some high quality headphones and enjoy the presentation that follows. Our third session today is how to incorporate cryptocurrency into your business strategy. What do Microsoft, Overstock, Dish Network, Subway, and Shopify all have in common? They accept cryptocurrency. The question that this group is asking is, why don't all companies use cryptocurrencies today? Is it the technology, the legal environment, or a combination of both? Mentioned earlier about we're hoping to be in the press a little bit with this topic. And well, we're not only in the press, this group picked up a topic that a mere tweet by Elon Musk, an appearance on Saturday Night Live, are all weighing in on the ultimate valuations of Bitcoin, Ether, something called Dogecoin, as well as many others. Dogecoin, it's a cryptocurrency that's appreciated 23,000%, and it began as a joke. Here's what we do know now. There's over $2 trillion in market value in crypto coins today. Could these collapse in value? Possibly. Would a collapse be felt in the US? Yeah, it would be. But to put it in perspective, our students that are speaking today have probably heard of the dot-com collapse. Maybe that's what influenced them when they were in single digits of age to come into accountancy, but they're aware of it. That bust in the early 2000s accounted for roughly a $6.5 trillion write-off of market values. So yeah, it's big. Is it as big as the dot-com potential of a bust? Not really. And particularly when you factor in the size of the US economy being twice the size as it was in the early 2000s, this experiment will continue to go on. At this point in time, I am delighted to bring on our virtual stage at Rady School of Management, Cecilia Wang, who is going to introduce her team and guide us through this incredible conversation on using cryptocurrency in your business strategy. Cecilia, please take over.
Thank you, Jim. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. Thank you for taking your time and being here today. Today, we will talk about a topic that has been discussed within the past decade, especially the recent 2 years, cryptocurrency, and we will guide you on how to incorporate cryptocurrency into your business strategies. Here is our agenda for today's session. First, I will introduce our team, Busy Season Survivors. We will talk about what cryptocurrency is and what companies are using or investing in cryptocurrency. Then we will address the benefits of using cryptocurrency for business. We will also discuss risks associated with adoptability, financial reporting, and regulation regarding cryptocurrency. Finally, we will answer the question, how to utilize cryptos in your business, and share some tips on becoming key players in the crypto market. By the end of our report, we hope cryptocurrency is not a mystery anymore. You will know what crypto is, what companies use cryptos, and how we could use cryptos. Before we start, I would like to introduce myself and my team members. It is my pleasure to work with them on this Capstone project throughout this quarter. All of our team members are currently studying the Master of Professional Accountancy program at UCSD and will be graduating this coming June. First, I'm going to introduce our team captain, Kevin Kravitz. He graduated from UC Davis, majoring in economics in 2020. He is located in Los Angeles. Next is our team's secretary, Candice Singh. She graduated from East Tennessee State University, majoring in accounting. She is located in San Diego. Next comes to our leader on production, Cindy Wang. She graduated from University of Pittsburgh, majoring in accounting. In 2018, she is located in Suzhou, China. Charles Liu is our project manager. He graduated from UC San Diego, majoring in management science in 2020. He is currently located in Beijing, China. Jason is our team's quality leader, and he graduated from the MBA program at Azusa Pacific University in 2018. He is currently located in Irvine, California. Lastly, let me introduce myself. I'm Cecilia Wang. I'm the team's lead speaker. I had my bachelor degree at UCSD in economics. I'm located in San Diego, and I will begin my career here. That is an introduction of our team members. Now, let's welcome Candice to begin our exploration of cryptocurrency.
Thank you, Cecilia. When it comes to cryptocurrency, people often think of Microsoft, one of the largest software companies in the world. And we found some interesting facts regarding Microsoft's acceptance of paying Bitcoin for its products or service. Microsoft first announced accepting Bitcoin payment in 2014. According to the Microsoft's payment and billing policy, a payment option to buy apps, games, and other digital content from Windows Phone, and Xbox stores. However, at the end of 2017, they changed their mind and decided to stop supporting Bitcoin as a payment method for Microsoft products due to the high fees and volatility. Transaction fees have increased from a few cents a few years ago to tens of dollars, making Bitcoin almost unusable for microtransactions, where some users end up paying a high transaction fee based on the percentage of total fees. And also at the same time, the total value of Bitcoin also dropped from 600 billion to 130 billion. We believe the decreased value of Bitcoin could also be one of the reasons they decided to suspend the Bitcoin payment. But Microsoft went back and forth whether it accepted crypto or not. At the beginning of 2018, Microsoft was once more accepting Bitcoin payments on its online store. What's more, the company's interest in crypto technology doesn't end there. Microsoft also launched ION, a two-layer authentication platform on the Bitcoin network in late March this year. Instead of payments, the technology creates digital IDs to authenticate online identities. Microsoft has alternated Bitcoin payment could be explained by the trend of crypto market. Bitcoin is becoming an increasingly popular payment option among many industries, such as food and beverage, big tech, and art. More and more companies are jumping on the trend and accepting it as a form of payment. As we can see in the chart below, crypto is at the early majority stage of adopting cryptos. What's the magic of Bitcoin to make Microsoft alternate Bitcoin position so frequently? Why do more and more retailers decide to use Bitcoin as a payment despite lack of the maturity business model and volatility? What are the benefits and risks behind it? I know you're curious about the answers, but first, let Cindy briefly introduce what's Bitcoin.
Yes, thank you, Shuning, for beginning our presentation with a story about Microsoft. Now, I would like to talk about what cryptocurrency is and its reliance on blockchain technology. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized digital assets that use cryptography to transfer funds from one party to another without monetary authority influence. It relies on blockchain technology. I will use Bitcoin as an example of cryptocurrency here for discussion purpose. Bitcoin is released through the process of mining. When Bitcoin is released, they are put in a public ledger called blockchain, and then they float. So they become a currency. Blockchain is the technology that enables the existence of cryptocurrency. It is a decentralized database that stores a registry of assets and transactions across a peer-to-peer network. It's a public registry of who owns and who transacts what. The transactions are secured through cryptography, and all the transaction history gets logged in blocks of data that are linked together and secured. This creates an immutable and unchangeable record of all transactions across the network. This record is recorded on every computer within this network. These are some unique characters of cryptocurrency. Unlike fiat money, the transaction history of cryptocurrency is not saved on a single computer or server. Rather, it is saved on millions of computers simultaneously. This means there is no need for a central authority to store all the account information and the transaction history. The database cannot be altered without the consent of all participants. The consensus protocol ensures that all information added is agreed upon by all participants in the network. All transactions can be tracked and are transparent. For trading using cryptocurrency, there is no need for financial intermediaries such as banks to act as agents between two parties. Unlike fiat money, in which the government has the power to print money as demanded, there is only a limited number of cryptocurrencies that will ever be produced. The cryptocurrency is unlikely to be affected by inflation and can be used as a medium to store the value of assets. This graph represents a process of making a digital currency payment on the blockchain. For instance, A wants to send money to B. This transaction is represented online as a block. Everyone in the network will be informed of this transaction. Those in the network then approve the transaction. The block is added to the chain, making a transparent record of transactions. The ownership of this asset successfully transfers from A to B. The blockchain has the features of decentralization, since the record is stored in every computer in the network, and it is secured through cryptography. It is a chain-like system with immutable data stored within it. Now let's turn over to Cecilia.
Thank you, Cindy, for the introduction of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. So why do companies use cryptocurrency in business? What are the benefits and risks of using cryptocurrency in business? To begin the discussion on the benefits and drawbacks of using cryptocurrency, let's look at these most recent statistics. An increasing number of companies worldwide are using Bitcoin and other digital assets for a host of investment, operational, and transactional purposes. Currently, about 15,741 businesses worldwide accept Bitcoin. Around 2,300 US businesses accept Bitcoin. There are 440 businesses in California that accept Bitcoin. These numbers continuously grow as the cryptocurrency becomes familiar with customers, merchants, and investors. There are risks and there are strong incentives with using cryptocurrency. Next, we will first discuss the incentives of incorporating cryptocurrency into business strategies. Followed by the benefits of using cryptocurrency, we will also conduct a risk analysis of adopting cryptocurrency. Here is a list of benefits of incorporating cryptocurrency into business strategies. By making or receiving payments using cryptocurrency, companies could attract new groups of customers in different geographical regions, enjoy lower cost per transaction, and interact directly with customers without intermediaries. Corporations can enjoy real-time transaction settlement without any delay from processing payment. Crypto could eliminate chargeback risks, currency conversion processes, and reduce transaction fraud for merchandisers. Crypto also provides corporation opportunities to access increased capitals. Cryptos could assure smooth transactions with clients, vendors, and other key stakeholders. It could also act as a medium to store the value of assets. Due to its transparency feature, using crypto could enable real-time and accurate revenue sharing while enhancing the audit trail of transactions. Like Michael Astonishing from Grayscale said, since half of the world's adult population don't have access to financial services, digital currencies like Bitcoin could help leapfrog traditional banking system. So first, let's explore how BitPay has used cryptocurrency to make and receive payments. BitPay is a Bitcoin and blockchain payment processing company providing business solutions to facilitate trades across borders and reduce transaction fraud and transaction cost. Recently, Forrester Consulting conducted research for BitPay on cost saving and business benefits enabled by accepting Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies for its customers. Forrester interviewed a group of representative merchants with 350 million annual revenue and quantified these benefits of using cryptocurrency as follows. 40% of customers who pay with cryptos are new customers of the company. This provides businesses access to new demographic groups and attract new customers. About average of 1% fee charged for transactions with cryptocurrency compared to 2% or more charged by traditional financial institution, which means lower transaction cost with cryptocurrency payments. For the group of merchants interviewed, an estimated 3 to 3.8 million would be at risk of chargebacks due to payment of mistakes or fraud, which is nearly 1% of their total revenue. By accepting cryptocurrency as a form of payment, they could avoid this risk, since all payments are processed with BitPay. Study also suggests cryptocurrency users tend to spend more than other customers. These users spend more than double of the traditional customers. By accepting cryptocurrency as a form of payment, merchandisers have higher average order value. Despite all these quantified benefits, these interviewed merchants also benefited from satisfied customers, quicker response on some major events such as COVID pandemic. Now, I'm going to talk about other major benefits that a company can enjoy by using cryptocurrency. By using cryptocurrency, corporations can settle any payments for transactions almost instantaneously for 24 hours a day and 365 days per year. As one of the traditional financial institutions, JP Morgan Chase seized the opportunity of the cryptocurrency market and creates its own digital coin, JP Coin, for payments. It enables JP Morgan clients to make real-time payments, seeks to address some hurdles for cross-border payments, and provides solutions to clients' money-moving needs. Crypto could also provide increased access to capitals for companies. Silvergate Capital is a bank based in La Jolla, California. Its Silvergate exchange network provides solutions for businesses within the network to clear transactions instantly around the clock, 365 days a year. It is building another crypto-related product called SEN Leverage, which offers customers to obtain loans by using cryptos as collaterals. Companies around the world can take advantage of using Bitcoins as collaterals to access wider capitals, thus achieving higher profit by having the option of leveraging its Bitcoins. The graph at the lower left shows the revenue associated with the SEN leverage for Silvergate. There was a dramatic increase in revenue related to SEN leverage in the first quarter of 2021 as more businesses chose to leverage their digital assets and take advantage of digital currency market opportunities. Next, my teammate Candice will continue to talk about other benefits of incorporating cryptocurrencies into business strategies.
Thank you, Cecilia. Holding crypto is a tool against inflation. Crypto may serve as an effective alternative or balancing asset to cash, which may decrease over time due to inflation. Bitcoin is seen as an inflation hedge mainly because its limited supply, which is not influenced by its price, and because of its relative attractiveness when real yield head to zero or lower. Hence, when you buy Bitcoin, you're not just doing so to hedge inflation. You're buying Bitcoin to hedge all the other negative consequences that usually accompany it. Furthermore, buying Bitcoin also against inflation due to the government measures, such as an increase in the supply of money. Moreover, the market has a less liquid and less efficient environment compared to the traditional market where the speculation is very high. As we can see in the pictures, the value of $20 continue to decrease, and the value of crypto keeps increasing. Crypto is an investable asset and have performed very well over the past 5 years. For example, MicroStrategy became the first listed company to buy Bitcoin as part of its capital allocation strategy. Our investment in Bitcoin is part of our new capital allocation strategy, which seeks to maximize long-term value for our shareholders, said by MicroStrategy CEO Michael J. So holding Bitcoin is better than holding a lot of cash when it comes to avoiding inflation risk. And there are, of course, clear volatility risks that need to be thoughtfully considered. For instance, it may not be against inflation during the recessions. So what's more, early movement to enter the crypto market can assure smooth exchange with key shareholders and vendors. More and more companies are finding that their important clients and vendors want to engage by using crypto. Consequently, your business may need to be positioned to receive and use crypto to assure smooth exchange with the key shareholders and vendors. For example, PayPal has worked with a lot of important vendors and retailers. Since more and more retailers accept Bitcoin or the other cryptos, following an announcement in October last year, PayPal user now can use, buy, or hold a stack of few cryptos, including Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. So in addition, you will be able to track cryptocurrency through the PayPal app. However, before utilizing Bitcoin into your business model, here are some concerns and risks you may need to know. Next, I will pass to Kevin to talk about the risk.
Thank you so much, Candace. Even though there are multiple benefits, companies are hesitant to adopt cryptocurrencies in their business practices. Tesla bought over $1 billion in Bitcoin to support their plan of taking it as payment, but canceled those plans after a few months due to concerns over the rising use of fossil fuels. Here are some of the reasons why companies are reconsidering the transition into crypto. There are financial and security factors that companies should consider before adopting cryptocurrencies. The cost to launch a cryptocurrency ranges from $400,000 to $650,000. This includes the legal, financial, technological, and the listing matters. Companies need to consider the market-driven volatility and be aware that they can lose money on converting cryptocurrency into fiat. There are security risks that need to be considered because in 2019 alone, about $292 million worth of crypto and over 500,000 of the user logins were hacked. Companies must be cautious when securing their wallet keys. Anyone can see transaction information on the public ledger, and if the owner loses the wallet access keys, the account becomes unrecoverable and the cryptocurrency is lost forever. Every crypto wallet has a public key to be shared and a private key never to be shared. In this example, Bob encrypts Alice's message with his public key. Then when Bob wants to read the message, he decrypts it with his private key. This example of cryptography allows users to store sensitive information and transmit it across networks so that it cannot be read by anyone except the intended recipient. Now I will go into a fascinating solution for volatility. One solution to volatility are stablecoins, which are digital currencies that are pegged to fiat currencies or gold. They can also be pegged to other cryptos. Compared to traditional money transfers that might take a few days, stablecoin transfers are instantaneous. Stablecoins also offer what Bitcoin and other popular cryptocurrencies don't: stability. In addition, stablecoin transfers are faster than Bitcoin transfers because they are processed by the company that made them. Compare this to the vast network of miners that have to process all of the Bitcoin transfers. Long term, the goal is to create a digital currency that is pegged to the national currency, controlled by the central bank, and then regulated by that country's government. But before this truly goes mainstream, the creators and issuers are going to have to convince the regulators and users that their technology is secure. Now, let's see just how convinced domestic and international regulators are. The informalized methods of financial reporting for cryptocurrencies may bring with it future complications that companies must consider now. Under IFRS, cryptocurrencies are classified as intangibles. FASB does not provide specific guidance. So companies must use the standards that are in place as of this moment. After regulations and standards are put in place, companies that were not considering these changes may see their financials and their valuations negatively affected. And then here's why. Companies have to apply more complex accounting treatments when using cryptos in their businesses. Why? Because they are using a non-financial asset as a financial asset, but then going and then reporting it as a non-financial asset. As this is a barter transaction, the use of crypto is going to trigger a realizable gain or loss, and therefore is going to require a heightened level of asset tracking in all systems. Companies must assess their cyber security systems and controls when dealing with digital assets. The lack of official guidance imposes risks for auditors, because in the meantime, they have to rely on principle-based accounting and other non-authoritative information, such as white papers and other publications. The lack of crypto reporting laws makes it attractive for tax evaders, but the IRS is fighting back. Just this year, they issued 2 summonses to the crypto payment companies, Circle and Affiliates and Kraken. These summonses requested customer records to enforce some level of crypto compliance. Next, our teammate Jason will provide more information on tax solutions for cryptos in the US.
Thank you, Kevin. After we know the difficulties in financial reporting, I will introduce the quick tax solutions in the US for cryptocurrencies. In the existing tax system, the IRS will tax on the net gain from cryptocurrencies. When people receive, sell, send, exchange, or acquire any financial interest in any digital currencies, the IRS will divide them into 2 transaction types, hands-off and hands-on. Hands-off happens when a company sells products and services, and when it receives and sells cryptocurrencies simultaneously, the company will not pay any tax. Hands-on is that when a company holds cryptocurrencies and converts them at different times, the net gain will be taxed by different tax rates. The lowest tax rate is 0 for long-term gain, and the highest tax rate is 37% for short-term gain. To accurately estimate the tax amount, IRS will need to verify the ownership of cryptocurrencies and all transaction history, both of which are also the key considerations in auditing. America and other countries that hold mature laws and financial systems will accept cryptocurrency easily. People can refer to similar tax conceptions to cryptocurrency. Moreover, nearly all cryptocurrency platform servers are in the US. When a company have involved cryptocurrency transactions, it may consider the following proper tax forms, including Forms 8949 for information disclosure, Form 1099 for reporting earnings that is larger than $600, Form 1040 or other income tax forms. However, the development of digital currency systems may cause regulation changes, and the changes and differences in laws may significantly impact on the business use of cryptocurrencies. For now, the IRS will still focus on the information disclosure about all the transactions. Next, I will introduce the potential risks related to the regulations. Because cryptocurrencies challenge the current centralized currency system, governments try to control and detect the transactions. The above considerations result in limiting transaction amount in a year and forcing information disclosure. For example, in Russia, most individuals cannot buy more than 600,000 rupees worth of digital currency in a year. It's about $7,700. If your company have crypto customers in Russia, this kind of law brings the first risk, inconvenience to transactions. The second risk is concerns over ownership. The advantages of cryptocurrencies is that they have no chargeback and are private. Holders losing cryptocurrencies could not be protected, especially where the governments do not accept cryptocurrencies. Well, if the governments want to clarify the digital assets ownership, it may significantly impact on transaction efficiency. For example, if a government can identify a wallet address as illegal property and to record lost in cryptocurrencies about thief, fraud, or even money laundering, investors may be afraid to involve transactions. The third risk is related to the overseas tax issues. For example, Switzerland treats cryptocurrencies as foreign currency. Israel treats them as normal assets. Argentina and Spain treat them as income. So the difference in tax laws makes both company and customers spend more resources to hold evidence about ownership and transaction history. Another risk results in countries' involvement. According to the Bank of America, Central Bank Digital Currencies Department, CBDCs, treat cryptocurrencies as payment competitions. For now, banning private digital assets would become too politically risky. So the CBDCs want to launch public-controlled digital currencies, a potential stable digital currency, and that may challenge the whole cryptocurrency system. Other retrospective issues may result from law changes. For example, in Africa, some governments want to record private income tax in cryptocurrencies. All the above risks come from the uncertainty of future laws, leading to an unstable system that reduces potential risks, potential benefits. Even though adopting new technologies brings some risks, and cryptocurrencies may give some practical methods to enlarge businesses' probabilities. Next, my teammate Charles will introduce how to utilize cryptocurrencies in your business.
Thank you, Jason. So as for now, we have taken you through the existing company using cryptos and the risk associated with entering the crypto space. And now we are finally going to talk about how to incorporate cryptocurrencies in your business strategy. We will introduce our 3 levels plus 10 tips models, 3 different levels of incorporating cryptos into your business, and 10 tips for becoming the key player in the crypto market. Welcome to the game of cryptocurrency. Now you are the beginner and you would like to know how to collect cryptos. Before providing our solution, I will refer to the Microsoft example from the introduction. Microsoft has alternated its Bitcoin position several times since 2014. Now, surprisingly, besides Microsoft, other large firms also started to accept crypto payments in late 2020 and 2021. And the number of firms accepting cryptos surged in 2021. What is the incentive? From the chart in the right, crypto's total market value in 2021 is as about 12 times as that of 2019. There is clearly financial incentive for those large firms to invest in cryptos. So the next question is how companies collect cryptos. They can either buy cryptos in the trade market or accept cryptos as a medium of exchange from consumers. However, as more large companies use cryptos, the value of cryptos increases, and it may be too costly for medium and small-sized firms to buy cryptos. Thus, we recommend you accept cryptos as a medium of exchange to collect cryptos from your consumers. At the same time, your company also sells products or services to your consumers. It's to kill two birds with one stone. For example, PayPal allows consumers to buy, sell, and hold cryptos on PayPal's application. Starbucks consumers can use Back Digital Wallet application to pay Bitcoins for coffee. And Microsoft allows consumers to pay Xbox games with Bitcoins. Congratulations, you have collected a lot of cryptos, and you rank up to level 2. Now you ask what you should do with cryptos in your business. Before we get to this question, we want to share an analogy with you. Cryptocurrency is similar to digital gold. The number of a certain type of cryptos and gold is finite. Although companies or individuals can create their own cryptos, the number of one type of crypto is finite. Another similarity between crypto and gold is that people consider both as investments. They expect the price to rise and sell them for a gain in the future. However, we do not recommend selling cryptos as you treat other types of investment for the following reasons. One reason is holding cryptos can prevent cash from being inflated. Because of COVID-19, the US government prints more dollars, and inflation could happen. Therefore, you want to convert your cash into assets to avoid the negative impacts caused by the inflation. For example, MicroStrategy bought over 21,400 Bitcoins for $550 million in August 2020, 16,700 additional Bitcoins for $170 million in September, and 29,600 Bitcoins for $650 million in December. MicroStrategy announced that the purchase of Bitcoins is part of its capital allocation strategy to hedge the macro inflation impacts. Just a disclaimer, this strategy works well during inflation. Be careful of buying cryptos when there will be a recession. Another reason why we recommend you hold cryptos instead of selling them is related to becoming the key players in the crypto market. We will explore how it works in the next slide. Congratulations again, you have reached level 3. What we talk about in level 1 and 2 of the crypto game is what the large firms are currently dealing with cryptocurrencies. So the question is, what is the future of using cryptos in business? What are those large firms planning? Since we are still at the early stage of the crypto market, we don't know the answers yet. However, based on our research and understanding of cryptocurrency, we try to picture the future of cryptos and create a network called the crypto ecosystem. This network explains the different roles of firms, banks, and consumers. We will go over them one by one. First, consumers. Due to the use of blockchain technology, peer-to-peer transactions among consumers or end users will become decentralized to some extent. For example, smart contracts, which rely on blockchain technology, are coded programming contracts that automate the transactions without intermediaries. They can be used to check the identities, authorize payments, and protect personal information. But keep in mind that smart contracts work well when the coded business rules are reasonable and legitimate. Second, firms, where the large companies like Tesla and Microsoft may position themselves at. They could build their own crypto exchange platforms for their consumers and create their own brand cryptos. Consumers can pay for the products or services with the cryptos distributed by the firms. Last but not the least, crypto banks, financial institutions, and fintechs. We believe that the traditional banks will transform to crypto banks. You may hear that the traditional banks will be replaced, but we think it's unlikely to happen. We still need traditional currency and intermediaries for transactions. However, once more companies distribute their own cryptos, the banks should add more services lines associated with cryptos to meet the demand. Otherwise, they will disappear from the market. The services associated with cryptos include providing technical support for crypto exchanges, managing crypto assets, and making loans on crypto collaterals, etc. In addition, as we mentioned before, the transactions are decentralized to some extent. A new iteration of cryptocurrency called stablecoin brings centralization to the crypto market. Stablecoin is like a crypto version of fiat currency, and it is often tied to one type of fiat currency, for example, US dollars. It can also be used as a medium of exchange and store of value we discussed in level 1 and level 2. We speculate that the governments in different countries may introduce their own stablecoins tied to their fiat currencies in the future. So there is still centralization to some extent in this ecosystem. Please keep in mind that it is an optimistic model. We made a few assumptions. There are no regulations restricting companies' rights to create and distribute cryptos. Technologies supporting crypto exchange are reliable. Also, consumers and companies recognize cryptos as the mainstream medium of exchange. To end our report of cryptocurrency, we would like to share with you 10 tips if you want to become key players in the future crypto market. Number 1, identify your role in the crypto market or ecosystem. Number 2, do budget planning and a profitability analysis before investing in cryptos. Number 3, don't allocate all the cash to cryptos. Diversify your investment. Number 4, do risk management regularly. Number 5, stay updated with the new financial reporting rules and regulations. Number 6, acquire or partner with crypto exchange platforms to facilitate crypto transactions. Number 7, don't forget about your US dollars. Many companies and consumers still don't hold cryptocurrency. Number 8, educate your consumers that cryptos can be used as a medium of exchange. Number 9, be aware of potential cybersecurity risk. Last but not the least, early bird gets the worm. Enter the market early and become the key leader and major player.
Thank you, Charles. That's all for our presentation today. It's been a pleasure being with all of you today. We hope that at this time, you have some ideas or inspirations of using cryptos in your business. Thank you again for joining us today to explore cryptocurrency. I also want to say thank you to all the team members. Everyone worked so hard on this project throughout this quarter. We also want to say thank you to Jim for helping us review this complex topic and providing useful resources and advice. Thank you all and have a great day.
Cecilia, thank you. Thank you, Candace, Kevin, Cindy, Charles, and Jason, for really taking on one of the most volatile topics that we have in the entire program. I think when you guys chose the topic of crypto, we never thought we'd see such changes taking place, led by Elon Musk in his tweets and his appearance on Saturday Night Live. One of the things that I'd like to just, in reflection, our conversations that we had with colleagues over at Silvergate Bank and Citi, and really their view is that this is actually good, that people are really beginning to dig in and understand what this is all about, and not just look at it in terms of the eyes of a speculator, but how do you use it in your business. And as I've shared before, Charles, I really do appreciate the way you've closed it out, really providing companies a bit of a roadmap to get started on their journey into understanding crypto, and particularly trying to understand this thing called blockchain, of which it sets itself on. So again, thank you guys for outstanding presentation. This concludes this webinar. I want to thank those who have joined us today and hope everyone enjoyed this fantastic presentation. We will be posting this webinar for on-demand replay. If you're interested in the presentation materials, please reach out to us at Rady and we'll make arrangements to share them with you. On behalf of our students, faculty, and all the people at the Rady School of Management, we thank you for joining us today and look forward to seeing you in the near future. Bye now.